we have a special address from His Excellency Jamal Saleh about smart banks and smarter economics. The UAE's role in shaping up the future of financial services. While we had such a wonderful panel discussion, I invite sir to talk on for some time about how financial services are undergoing digital revolutions in the UAE. And while he has spoken about a future currency, digital currency, that is a CBDC, how e-dirham is picking up. So let's hear from this special address, which will explore how UAE strategic initiatives and regulatory frameworks are fostering the smarter, more resilient financial sector. From digital transformation to sustainable finance, our distinguished speaker will provide the insights into the nation's role in the shaping of the future of a global banking. Yes. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Hi. I told you a little about the FIT program and CBDC. Where's the gentleman who asked about CBDC? And what I thought of is to tell you a little more about where we are and what are the initiatives that we're working on, and some of the things that we have been able to achieve. You might know some of them, but I hope that some of them will be new to you. We are talking about smart banking. Like today, 7th of April, in 1983, we brought the first ATM to the UAE. This was in 1983. UBF itself was created in 1982, and in 1983, the first ATM was installed in the UAE. A little after, we started working on bringing the first terminal for SWIFT outside of Europe, North America, Australia. The UAE was the first country to bring SWIFT outside of Europe, and it was done by UBF itself. Actually, I'm the chairman of SWIFT UAE because we are the ones who brought SWIFT out of Europe. Now, since then, if you look at our banking sector and you compare it to on every parameter, one of the things we like to look at is how big a banking sector is compared to the GDP of a country. And there is a very correlated linkage between the size of a sector versus the GDP and the level of advancement of that country. And the rule of thumb is that if it's 1-to-1, then it's a healthy country. If it's less, then it's a country that has potential that it is not achieving, and it should achieve it if it improves a few things. So you'll find out that countries that are developing are at, let's say, 0.5, where the banking sector is half the size of the GDP, while advanced economies are at 1.0 or closer to 1.0, where the size of the banking sector is similar to the size of the GDP. And the only country that I know of that has a 2.0, where the banking sector is double the size of the GDP, is the UAE. Now, if you go back in history and you see how the banking sector has advanced, one of the numbers I remember is that in the last 18 years, the banking sector has doubled 12 times. 12 times in 80. I mean, this is almost close to doubling. It's insane, huh? I mean, just to give you an idea, I remember in the late 90s, 98, 99, the biggest bank in the country at that time was NBD, and it was 14 billion at that time. FAB, there was no FAB, there was NBAD, National Bank of Abu Dhabi, it was 11 billion. How big is FAB today? FAB passed trillion. So FAB is more than a trillion. ANBD is approaching a trillion. ADCB is not far from a trillion. So now we don't use the word billion, we use the word trillion. So a bank that was 11 becoming over 1,000, the 12 times that I'm talking about. So just a few things just to give an idea on where we are and how we do this. We measure the level of satisfaction and trust in our banking sector. And we ask Emiratis and expats living in the UAE, how much do they trust their banks? And a few years ago, we were number 7. The measurement is against 63 countries that are measured. We were number 7, but then we started fixing things. We moved to number 5, then number 3, 2, and last year we moved to number 1 with a 90% trust. 90% is the number 1, but you still have 10% short. And that's what we're working on, to close that, to make sure that we reach 100%. Now, why do we reach that point? How can we? Why did we go up from 83 to 90? If you look at all the things that are being done, I don't know, anyone heard the term Sanadak before? Sanadak? Sanadak, it's an ombudsman. It's a financial ombudsman. It's the first financial ombudsman in MENA. No country in the Middle East and North Africa has an ombudsman. Ombudsman means a very independent, transparent complaint authority, so that if you have a problem with your bank or insurance company, you could go to them and they will hear your case and then fight on your behalf with the bank or insurance company. So we have now created our first independent ombudsman in the Middle East and North Africa. That will definitely help people have the confidence in the system, because today, if they have a problem with their bank, they can go to the ombudsman and file the complaint. And as I said, those are independent, and it's manned by judges, so their decision is final. So when you take steps like that, we are the first country to do what we call cyber war gaming and threat casting. We did this for the first time before Corona, where we tried to simulate attacks on the country and to see if we have any weaknesses. If we identify weaknesses, then we start taking steps to elevate our standards. In February, we did the fourth cyber war gaming. It's done annually, and now we are planning the 5th. Now, I know that since then, some countries have started doing cyber war gaming, but we have been doing it for 5 years to simulate the risks that you might face and then try to help you with you not knowing that you're being assisted. I know that so many frauds still happen. Fraudsters always find new ways to defraud customers. But what you need to see is how much protection has been given to you, where there were so many other attempts that were targeting you, but they were stopped by the bank or even the card company. You know, the Visa, MasterCard, Amex, what have you, they do the same thing. So much has been stopped with you not knowing about it. Well, I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars annually is stopped, and you don't suffer any loss, and you don't even know about it. In some cases it happens, we know that, and that's why we are the only country that annually does the massive awareness campaign. It's between us and all the police forces in the UAE, all 7 of them. And we try to educate the users to safeguard themselves. The problem you face always is that fraudsters come up with new ways always. I mean, to the point that they could sometimes even fool someone who is very IT savvy and very tech savvy. I mean, I know the story of some of the big anti-fraud defenders globally who have been hacked by fraudsters because you cannot be on your guard 24/7. So one of the things that we're working on now is to pre-validate every payment. So if you notice on your app at many of the member banks, if you try to make a payment, it will tell you this IBAN or this account number belongs to someone whose name starts with a J. Can you please spell the rest of the name? So if you know that it belongs to someone named Jamal, once you type in the rest, the system will validate, was that correct or not? And if it's correct, we call it a match, then it's allowed. So now we're trying to make sure that every payment that happens in or out gets that validation. Hopefully, that will stop a lot of the frauds that are still happening. Now, I said earlier that the biggest thing that we think of now and we work on is the FIT program of the central bank, which is being done always hand in hand. Our main partner is our central bank. Half of the work we do as UBF is with central bank. We consult with the central bank on a lot of regulations that have to be changed. For example, last year we did 83 regulations were consulted on. And we also work with the central bank on implementing the plan of the central. Our part is to make sure that our members adhere and implement. So, as we said, open finance is one, but wait and see the many others that will be coming very soon. So I hope I gave you enough information, and I hope some of it was new to you. If anyone has any question to me, I'm more than happy to take it. I think we'll have a break now. Am I right? So thank you so much, and I'll be available for any questions. Thank you.